Facebook is going to be United States of Romney or United States of Mitt.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, like his name. Now they should go with his first name, which is Willard.
That would be hot.
United States of Willard.
Isn't that the same? Oh no, that's Willow. I was about to say, isn't that Will Smith's daughter's name?
Oh, dear.
But no, briefly.
I was wondering why the girl kept calling him Mittens.
Yeah, that's true. I did say it too. But we talked about it yesterday. Sunshine B posted us that a link. She shared it to some people. I saw it from another person. I actually opened it up and read it. Like at that particular time, 20 states. Yeah. I read up
20 citizens from states.
Well, I was
citizens from 20 states.
Yeah.
But I've heard actually it's been up to like 35. Like petitions have been started to secede from. But I mean, that's kind of like enemy territory. So
we don't want them.
That might set off some miniature.
Now, did you see what Jessica posted? She was like, okay, well, we'll trade them for every illegal immigrant that want to come from Mexico. So they can go to Mexico.
Hey, that'll work.
So they don't want to be here, we'll get somebody who do.
But if you do not know about what's going on, like I said, a week after we have elected the president again, re-elected him, we have states, citizens in these states, signing petitions on the line, internet, trying to get the 25,000 signatures required rather, to secede, well, at least to get their hearing in Congress or whatever.
You said 25,000?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not even half the population of the state.
I mean, it's not like
Georgia don't even try it.
Well, I mean, they're one of the states that's there.
And I'll stay as Georgia. Like all y'all can go. I'll stay as Georgia. We'll be the governors of Georgia.
I can't do.
I'm just saying. I didn't sign to not be a part of the United States. So
what I found out is that right now, like Texas is like the main runners.
Yeah.
Like they have over 72,000 signatures, but at the time when they had 25,000 signatures, that was only like 0.1% of their population.
That's like ridiculous.
Like,
what are you
gonna
get from not being a part of the United States?
Well, I mean, of course.
A war?
No.
Technically, if you look at it, if they don't want to be a part of the United States, they probably gonna start some stuff if they ever do become their own country, which is what's gonna cause a war. And obviously they're gonna lose because they don't have anything. They're leaving with the clothes on their back.
According to this report on Examiner.com, Texas, one of the petitioners, I guess the head petitioner, the guy who actually created it, said that Texas has the 15th largest economy in the world, and they should be able to sustain themselves if they were to secede from the United States. But then you got these other states that are less economically advantaged. Yeah, not as sufficient economic-wise, and they have resources that we need. Like for instance, Louisiana, there's a lot of pipelines and oil pipelines that stream oil to New York, for instance. And if they were to succeed, I'm pretty sure what I guess an implied threat would be that they are going to somehow like put restrictions on that oil.
So like I got it pulled up. I had to reread it. That was stupid. But the funny part is that it says the likelihood of the current administration to even entertain the idea of allowing states to secede is almost non-existent. So why do you got, here's all the states: Alabama, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. That's 20 out of the 50 states of the United States of America.
But I mean,
what you gonna do?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they still need, I guess, somebody in Congress. Well, first of all, they need the governor of that state to actually take it into consideration, because we have Governor Rick Perry of Texas was like, he's not going to approve the petition. They have 72,000 petitioners already signed the petitions, and he's like, no, I'm not going to approve.
I mean, most of their government will not approve it because the government knows what will be lost if they do.
But go ahead.
I don't know. I find it amusing I think that regardless of the resources that they have, a lot of these states are receiving some kind of federal assistance. Not only that, your association with the United States as a whole is what's keeping other countries from coming in and taking what you think belongs to you. Um, the money that you have is American money. So, I mean, if you leave us, I mean, if I was in power, I'm not honoring anything that you want to sell or buy me because I'm a little frustrated with you right now. And
What you gonna create your country off of?
yeah, I mean, like, what?
Ground? Grass?
There, like, you limit yourself, and not only that, you're causing a lot of chaos and unnecessary drama within the nation. Like, everyone in the state doesn't want to leave, so these people are going to be displaced if the state does. The people that don't want to leave are going to be displaced if the state does decide to secede.
How would that work? Like, I'm sitting in Statesboro, Georgia, and Georgia decides that it does not want to be a part of the United States. What is this, Statesboro? Statesboro, United States?
No, I mean, think
Like,
about
I
it.
mean, the state doesn't move.
It doesn't. And that's
So-
that's my issue. It's kind of like you're still a part of like.
And these are like the L shapes. The L. All the states that
Most
make
of
the
the
L.
southern states. I mean, you have some Midwestern states and some Northwestern, Colorado and stuff like that. But I'm thinking like that. There's a lot of issues present for as soon as we re-elect the president. You have people signing petitions to succeed, not protest, not do some other political action, but to petition to actually separate themselves from the country at large and to become their own governing entity.
I don't know who started it. Who was the crazy person who was sitting up in their house talking like, man, I don't want to be part of the United States no more.
Well, you know how we are. People have groups communicate with each other. And
Hello?
we definitely have an issue in our country where,
Yes.
my first thought was, okay, all these southern states,
Yeah.
they just don't want a black president. That was my first thought. But I was like, well, I want to think outside of the box and wonder, like, there's a need being met or not being met, and these people are going to what they feel is the last resort, which is to break away. So, like, what's really going on?
Well, I mean, a lot of times I do think that people in the heat of the moment feel like, oh, well, this isn't what I wanted. We're not going in the direction that I would like to go in. But understand that as a part of a democratic nation, you have to go with what the majority says.
That's true.
I mean, if you live in a democratic household and everybody in the house but you said they wanted Zaxby's and you want Popeyes from all the way across the town and y'all ain't got but one car and enough gas to get to but one place, who's going to win out? Are you going to accept being disappointed this one time rather than have everyone in the house angry at you? Or, like, what do you really want?
Well, I definitely agree with you on that. But I'm just kind of like, we waited until now. Everybody's like, oh, the government's doing this. We've done all this spending. We've done all this stuff. And it's just like, well, we look at Obama and a lot of people that are, making these claims and stuff, they look at Obama, oh, he's doing all this stuff. But it's just kind of like, no one person, he's more like a figurehead. Yeah, he can veto bills and stuff like that, but he's more of like a figurehead of like the power of America. Like if you really, we look to Obama as this guy that's doing all this stuff, but it's just kind of like, it takes more than just that guy.
Yeah.
He has executives in his office. I mean, his cabinet. He has governors, legislators, congressmen and senators, municipal on the city level.
Yeah.
You got state level people, school districts. You got so many different organizations and companies that work together for government and with government to create these policies and create these economic, mandates and things of that nature, taxes and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like nobody looks to, all of the other things. They go straight to the top.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what the figurehead is there for.
But then he does something good and he doesn't get the praise. So, you get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I think it boils down to a lot of people are steeped in indoctrinated into this tradition of thinking one way and completely rejecting anything that goes against that.
That's true.
Just like, I mean, I've had a student in my class talk about something, well, why I got to learn about women? What if I didn't want to learn about women? I didn't sign up for this class. Somebody put me in this class, and I don't think it's fair to have to focus in on women when that's not something I signed up for. First of all, you're going to deal with women at any point in your life because there are 6 to 1.
Came from a woman.
On this planet, there are 6 women for every 1 man. You're going to deal with them.
Stuff like the half that's really crazy, but you know.
And I mean, if you plan on being in a relationship with a woman or possibly having children that, could grow into women, you're going to have to deal with that. So if there's if there's an opinion that doesn't necessarily agree with yours, because I cannot think of the word right now, you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to learn about someone else's perspective. Take it into consideration. Learn how to compromise. You can't always have your way. You won't always be right. And unfortunately for you, you're going to have to grow up and learn how to deal with that. I mean, I wasn't particularly happy with the president we had before President Obama. Did I leave the nation because of it? No.
Well, we had that conversation. And that's just, we usually don't do certain things that other people do.
Yeah. You respect the authority in place, because when your authority gets in place, when the authority that you want to be in place gets in place, you want everyone else to respect that as well.
That's true. Okay, on that note, we're gonna hit a little music, because you see emo turn into the Hulk and get mad at these people because they want to secede from the nation. But
see, nothing that I said was
Sunshine
negative.
Views do not reflect the views of 91.9.
No, they reflect my views. I think you are crazy, folks.
Oh, okay. That works.
Like that girl on the news.
Well, definitely stay tuned. This is the Love Below 91.9 Buzz.
Oh my gosh.
Just along with my mama.
I thought about that, huh?
Crazy.
What?
Can you turn all the mics off? Because one of them still red.
Oh, that's a computer.
Oh, she gonna
That's
call
where I'm
me
playing the
twice
music from.
just because she can't access her email.
Lola Boo,
Like,
what
that's supposed
you
to
think
be,
about these
like
secessions,
that was
man?
supposed to be something important. And then some